Hi, I'm Ron Nutter, and welcome to another edition of Tech Bites with Ron Nutter. This time, I'm going to show you how to use your Nvidia Shield to browse the web. And that will start now. The beauty of the Nvidia Shield is it is an Android device. So once you understand a few things with it, it's very straightforward to do it. Now, the downside is it's an Android device. So sometimes with it being the Android TV OS, it has a little bit of an attitude. So things that you would think if it's in the Google Play Store, I can put it on my device. Well, not always. So what we'll need to do, and I've got the steps all outlined in the description or show notes, depending on if you're watching this or you're listening to it, you will need to get something called Downloader. And that basically gives you an equivalent of command line access with menus to where you can get the Chrome APK, you can get the Firefox APK, the Opera APK, anything that doesn't show as being compatible or optimized for the Nvidia Shield. You've got a chance it's going to work here, but you've got to go through that. And then there's something called Sideload Launcher. I was a little concerned, and the reports that I saw said I should have seen this on the main menu, and I didn't. When I installed the three different browsers, and I use all three. Sometimes if a website's having a problem with one, and I normally use Chrome, it gives me another browser to go to. But do not try that unless you've got this, because you will lose your religion in trying to type URLs with you doing with the remote and up, down, side, left, punch, side, left. No, this is the best money you'll ever spend. Make sure it's got Bluetooth on it. Otherwise, it's not a Bluetooth keyboard. This one works. Can't tell you about the others because I tried to go with what I thought was going to be easy to work. So you'll have to get the Sideload Launcher. And once you do that, you can see everything that you've downloaded. Now, you may not want to keep all the APKs, but that's a decision you can make. You don't want to fill up your storage with something you may not need. But I keep the APKs on it just in case that I have to reinstall. So let's switch over to the camera and let's get started. Okay, now we're over onto the Nvidia Shield, and I'm going to walk you through how to get your choice of Chrome, Firefox, or Opera installed. And there's an extra step we're going to have to take. Now, the first thing, and I'm going to hit just the high steps for you because I've got all the steps you need to go through in the show notes. There's two things you're going to need to install. You'll want to search for something called Downloader. This allows you to go out and pull down whatever Android APK files you want. You should use it from reputable sources, but some of the stuff won't show when you are in the Google Play Store, so this is how to get it up and running. What you'll also need to do too, and I don't like having to do this, but unfortunately there's not a way around it. You'll need to disable or enable, depending on how you look at it, getting APKs from other sources. That's what's going to let you do some of this. So just be careful where you go and you'll be fine. Now, you'll want to install Downloader and then something called Sideload Launcher, because technically, depending on how you look at it, you are sideloading stuff, although the steps I've seen for sideloading are a little more involved, and most of us are probably not going to do that. So we'll have these two, and you'll see how this one gets used here in just a minute. And I've got my trusty little, I guess, Rye Mini 8 or RII. I'm not sure how you pronounce this one, and then, when it's yours, you can pronounce it however you want to. We'll first go in to Downloader. Now, you have the choice here of entering in the URL that you want, and I've got the URLs in the notes, but to save time, and you all really don't want to see me type, we can go over here. Oh, come on. Now, it was doing this fine. Well, here, we've got to go. What I'm trying to do is get it. We'll type the H there to make it happy, and it's not going to be happy, so we'll just backspaced over enough and it fixed it all. So we'll press escape, and now we should be able to get into, okay, well, here. I'll just use the cursor, which is what I should have done. I was trying to do it what I thought was the easy way. So I'm using the little mouse pad piece on the wireless keyboard, and we'll hit the left mouse button. So what I've already done here is I saved a little bit of time, and we can walk through each of the installations. And this is handy to have if you happen to do something or get to a website that you think has damaged the browser. By keeping these three APK files, and that's assuming you want all three browsers, and I do keep all three only because some sites I find respond better to one browser than another. And sometimes it depends on what version of code they're on, what plugins or SDKs they're using. So I usually keep these on hand, and as long as you don't keep all the APK files you install handy, that's fine. But the browsers are the three main. So we'll go to the Chrome browser APK, and then we'll go over here, we'll down arrow and then right arrow, and we'll go to install. Yes. Doesn't require any special access. That was nice. And it takes it just a little bit here, but it's going to go through and do what it's got to do. So we'll say done. And let's go ahead, and while we're at it, just go ahead and give you the process for all three of the browsers. And you see they pretty much are going to install the same. There might be one might have more permissions difference than another. And we'll just do Opera while we're at it. Again, no special access. That's always a good thing when you don't have to give something more permissions than what it should have. And this will be done here in just a second. Okay, and we'll click done. And we will go home. Okay, now this is going to prove my point why you need it. See, you don't see the apps you just installed. You see just the channels, and well, there's an app there, but technically it could be considered a channel. So if we go to the sideload launcher, there's everything we installed. There's Chrome, there's Firefox, and there's Opera. And the nice thing about these, yes, I'll accept and continue. Like you have a choice. Okay, now obviously it didn't like that. We're going to go back here to sideload launcher. I probably didn't hit the right thing, and let's get the mouse down here, and we will click on that. Yes, it's going to know the account I'm going to use because I've already associated this once. And yes, fine. The nice thing with this one, when you do log in with your Google account, you'll be able to go and have all your browser tabs configured. Now, if you get a really large bookmark list, yeah, you may have to rethink that. But other than that, we can, let's bring up the podcast website here. And we've already got it here. I'm learning at times when you should use the mouse versus trying to suck it up and deal it with the keyboard. So you get pretty close to what you would have for a normal browser experience on here. Now, I use Chrome most of the time, but I've got the others on here, as you can see. And we'll go back to sideload launcher, and we will go Firefox. And you see, it's pretty much, maybe a simplified version, because I don't know that a lot of the plugins will work, but this is just for a basic browser experience. Really is not a bad way to go. And as you can see, it's really very straightforward to do. It gives you yet another use for the streaming receiver, so it's not just for consuming content. You can do some basic web browsing, and over time I may try some of the other applications I use on my Samsung Galaxy S9 Plus phone to see what translates well, and some may not. So it's just going to be kind of a process of elimination for anything else. But you've seen, yet now you can use Nvidia Shield for also browsing the internet. So it really makes the process of trying to justify putting a PC at the TV so you can use the big screen as a monitor not as compelling, because only if you're doing something with certain apps that require a the full browser where you can do the snap-ins or the plugins, do you start to need that. And for basic looking things up, this may get you taken care of. So that's yet one more thing you can do with the Nvidia Shield, and you're seeing some other videos from me as time goes on, and we'll learn together what it can be done. Thank you so much for watching this video. This is information that you'll be seeing. Now, this is the first volume of the series. I'm working on the second volume now. It's probably going to be late this year, early next year before the second volume will be out. There's things coming out all the time. It's kind of an ongoing process, and I'm hoping to possibly be able to go to Consumer Electronics Show next year and being able to experience yet more things coming out, and hopefully do videos directly from there so you can kind of see what I'm looking at, and then I can get input from you while I'm there and see about what items that we want to look about bringing in-house and kind of running through the paces with you. So we're very much, and you've heard me say this in a video, I think we're very much in what's going to be considered the golden age in coming years, because as advanced as things are now, I don't think we've seen anything yet. There's a lot potential still to come. And these are things that when I was a wee lad, I would never dream you would have had a TV that you could browse the internet from. Of course, then we didn't even have the internet. You did everything by sending postcards and letters or calling on the phone if it was really important. Now we call and don't really think about how important it may be. So thank you for your time and watching this video. If you have any questions, please get them to me. I will do my best to get to them as quickly as I can. If there's anything that you would like to see me explore, I've got a whole list of things, but I'm always willing to add to that list and get yours higher up so that we can help you get the answers you need to. There's some more technology I found out about this week. I'm reaching out to those companies to see if they would be interested in being involved in these videos so you can see yet other devices. So thank you very much for your time. If you haven't subscribed to the channel, please consider doing so, and then click on that notifications bell so that you will get notified as I do come out with new videos. I'm trying to produce about 2 to 3 per week. Occasionally it may only be 1, but I'll try to have at least 1 out if nothing else in that period of time, so we can still see more things coming from me. If you do click on any of the links you'll see in the videos, those are affiliate links. I do get a small commission from that, but it does not change the price that you pay for that item, but it does help to go cover the cost of the channel and the equipment that I've been buying to produce the videos. So again, thank you for your time, and we'll see you again soon.